Experiencing great food is one of the best things about visiting a new city. But how can you be sure that you find the real gems?
Good afternoon, ladies. Is everything all right?
I'm Fred Syriax,
You enjoy your desserts?
and I've been working in the restaurant business for over 30 years.
I'm a seasoned professional, and even for me, it's difficult to find amazing places to eat.
So I've asked 4 of Britain's most celebrated chefs and restaurateurs to open up their little black books and take me to their all-time favorite places to eat.
I mean, look at this place. I have no idea it existed.
You are with the cool guy.
Don't care it, man.
This is the best tortilla in the world.
It is a meal fit for kings.
Together, we'll travel to some of the world's most exciting food destinations.
This is one of the best meals I've had for a very long time.
But we won't just be eating.
How are you?
Fred, how are you? Great to meet you.
We'll be meeting the people behind the scenes
I've been wanting to meet somebody like you for so many years. Please, please.
and rolling up our sleeves
You are like a butcher.
to find out how they deliver perfect service,
Everybody is waiting for the Frenchman to drop the tray.
world-class food,
Ooh. This is what Paris is all about.
and an experience you'll never forget.
Oh, this is a little pig's head.
They make you feel special. This is rare. It's a thing of pure beauty.
This week, I'm heading to Venice, the most glamorous city in the world. And my guide will be the UK's queen of Italian cooking, Angela Hartnett.
Some Irish 3 covers, 1 mussels, 1 scallops, 1 carne crudo.
A Michelin-starred chef and restaurateur. Her flagship restaurant, Murano in London, is named after one of the Venetian islands. But the real connection to Venice is through family, and Angela fell in love with the city and the food as a teenager.
So my grandmother was Italian. I've been going to Italy for years, and I know Venice like the back of my hand. And it's those little secrets in my black book that is going to wow Fred when I take him to Venice.
Venice lies in the northeast corner of Italy, off the Adriatic Sea, and the city is made up of a group of 118 tiny islands in the Venetian lagoon, connected by canals and over 400 footbridges.
On this boat here, you know, it's so beautiful. I feel like George Clooney, I'm telling you.
I brought you here to this beautiful, beautiful city to really discover some Italian treasures.
When I think about Venice, I really don't think about food.
What do you think about?
I think about romance, walking hand in hand, kissing, you know, having this romantic moment with my lady.
I think the thing is with you, Fred, you think about romance wherever you go. That's the thing. I don't think it's just Venice.
The city is a major tourist destination, with over 20 million visitors a year passing through. But I don't think they are here for the cuisine. From box-standard pizzerias to tourist menus, it has a reputation for bad food and eye-watering prices.
I can imagine there are a lot of tourist traps here, a lot. And if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to get good food.
People think it's just a beautiful city and you get mediocre food, but actually, if you know where to go, you can have some of the best food of your life here. Don't think fancy pants. Don't think sort of absolutely high-end 3-star Michelin. I'm going to take you to some brilliant places.
Our first stop is away from the tourists, in the southeast district of Castello, one of the largest neighborhoods in Venice.
Andiamo.
Sometimes the best places to eat are off the beaten track.
It really is this hidden gem.
You're walking fast, are you in a hurry?
Well, you know, I'm hungry. The food's going to be delicious. I want to show you my all-time favourite restaurant in Venice.
Where are you taking me?
So, I'm taking you to Al Testiere. You know, Bruno is the most incredible natural chef I know. And then you've got Luca, who does brilliant service.
I'm glad I'm starving.
But
you
hold
know?
on. Here, we're here. This is why I wanted to see. You see, look, how simple and humble and...
Well, I would have missed it.
Yeah.
I did miss it.
Look.
And it's full.
With only 22 seats, Osteria alle Testiere is the hottest ticket in town. Tables are booked weeks in advance by foodies and locals who flock here for real Venetian cooking made with fresh seasonal seafood.
Ciao, buongiorno.
This is a two-man band, opened over 20 years ago by friends Luca De Vita and Bruno Gavanin.
Ciao Luca, come va?
Stai? Ciao.
Anche te, come va?
Benissimo.
Tutto bene? Sì, questo è mio amico Fred. Sì, però è francese, mi raccomando.
Nessuno perfetto.
Nessuno è perfetto, you're right. Thank you.
Grazie, thank you Luca. So, I told you it's small.
This tiny neighborhood restaurant is just 35 square meters. It succeeds in feeling welcoming as soon as you walk in, like an intimate dinner party.
You know, it's not ostentatious, it's just very simple, and I feel that easier. I like these kind of places. No pretension.
Nice little Vermont.
Oh my God, you're so fast.
Piemonte.
He doesn't have far to go.
Have you seen the distance between here and the bar?
Still.
It's one step.
Cheers, Angela.
Cheers, grazie.
I leave you our catch of the day. In the meantime, you can see here what we like this morning at the fish market.
So what do you think? Okay,
Local,
perfect.
tiny, very sweet pilgrim scallops are beautiful. Also, I think the little tiny lagoon octopus. So we start like that?
Yeah, lovely.
Beautiful.
So what I also love about being in restaurants like this is that you just leave the maitre d' to order for you.
It's all about the trust.
Yeah.
And the trust was established the moment we walked through that door, because I knew when I looked in his eyes, I could trust him. And that's it, I can relax.
The menu here changes every day. But unlike restaurants that serve the familiar heavy tomato-based dishes that keep the tourist happy, this is fresh and light Venetian cuisine.
Yeah, here we are with the pilgrim scallops.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, look how beautiful they look. Wow.
And the octopus salad with puntorelli.
Thank you.
Lucas brought Angela local pilgrim scallops, served in their shell with lemon and peppermint. And I've got a light garden salad with chicory hearts, slivers of apple and grilled baby octopus.
It's just tomato, radish,
Yeah.
you know, dill. It's all stuff that is in season. They are perfectly cooked.
Whereas this, you taste the mint. You know, you taste a bit of the lemon and you taste the scallop. You know the way you can tell who's a really great chef or a cook is the fact that they've got absolute faith in their simplicity.
But I've been watching the chef here working in this tiny kitchen. You know,
Yeah.
so many chefs like this big, great kitchen looking like laboratory.
Yeah.
This is about the skills, about the chef. He can cook, and it's a tiny space.
For the next course, the primo, it's traditional in Italy to have pasta. So I'm having a Venetian classic, spaghetti with clams. And for Angela, it's their house specialty, artichoke and ricotta ravioli, served with local langoustine and prawns.
I want to try this clams. Oh, yes.
But it's so simple, you know, that's the thing. There's no fussiness there. And you know what everything is? The artichokes are in season. They're the ones they're using. Just a few little, like langoustines, the prawns, tomato, that's it.
They are so good, and I love to learn how to make that.
Happy with your ravioli?
Yes, very good, thank you.
So
Grazie
so
mille,
delicious.
thank you so much.
And it's just artichoke in there.
Artichokes, ricotta and Parmesan cheese.
A bit of ricotta, yeah.
That's a secret to make it
Yeah, it's
sweeter.
so good.
You know, Angela, Luca is so good in front of house because he's in and out like a ghost. You don't see him, you don't hear it, but he's been there, he's done the job, and you can focus on your guest, on the company that you're with.
What Bruno is doing in the kitchen is also remarkable. I'm determined to find out how he turns such simple ingredients into some of the tastiest dishes I've had in Italy.
Let's course on the...
Wow.
For the secondo, or main course, we are sharing fillets of red mullet with orange, spices and herbs.
Smells amazing.
And do you mind, Angela?
Yeah. Your big nose there, yeah, you have...
What do you mean by big nose?
It's the citrus through that. You know, a few little of the capers there, you've got the little peppercorns and stuff, and the star anise, all those lovely, lovely little flavours. You know, they understand that, you know, this was the spice route. This is where everyone went to Asia and came back. So they'll have the saffron, they'll have a bit of chilli and stuff like that. And not many people know that. They don't realise the influence and the history of things.
And
Anyway,
this is a city of Marco Polo.
Exactly. Go on, you can have the last bit.
Thank you, Angela.
Our 3 courses with wine comes to 150 euros. which seems good value in a city where people have been charged €120 for one plate of spaghetti and lobster.
I love these guys. I know I can trust them because they are so good and they do deliver. Probably one of the best restaurants in Italy.
Oh, without doubt. Right. But it's not easy, this place, you know. We're in the middle of Venice. Everything comes in on a boat. I mean, how the hell do they do this every day?
You know, but I just want to go behind the scene and understand a bit more about the details, their trade secrets.
The next morning, we're up early to shadow Bruno and Luca in the run-up to service. We are starting at the Rialto fish market next to the Grand Canal. Venetians have been buying fish here for 700 years, but now many restaurants prefer to cut costs by buying in frozen. But not alle testiere.
Ciao!
Hi guys, how are you?
Sta bene?
Come va?
Ciao, buongiorno.
Good to see you.
Okay, we're ready for you then.
We are, yes. We don't have too much time left now. In 5 hours, people will be at the restaurant, sit down, so we need to do everything now.
So you see, they buy everything on the day for the day.
Most chefs know what is on their menus and order in what they need. But Bruno decides on the menu after checking out the daily catch. And he's got strict criteria for his seafood.
Would you buy from these guys?
Io preferisco andare su un altro banco perché spada sì, spada, tonno, può essere Sicilia, Sardegna, pesce di salmone non è italiano.
See. So it's not the quality as such, it's just where they're all from.
I mean, it's very important for us
Yeah.
to get local stuff. I mean, what we really look for when you buy our fish is that it's fished maximum 2 hours by boat from here.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Bruno, you are the head chef. You are here buying the fish yourself. You know, we would have imagined maybe that you would have sent your helper, you know, but you do it yourself.
Perché non mandi qualcuno a comprare il pesce?
Perché l'importante è guardare la qualità. No, io non mi fido di altri, mi fido solo di me stesso.
To guarantee the best quality, Bruno has built up relationships with suppliers like Matteo, who has been selling him the freshest local fish for 20 years.
Matteo, mi dai questo qui?
Sì.
And the other thing is that Bruno's come to the markets. There's no menu. He's just decided, well, OK, I like this fish, so I'm going to buy
Big
this
challenge
fish.
every single day.
Swordfish.
Very good. E Matteo, porti il pesce spada, quel pezzo grande di pesce spada, ce l'hai?
Why, Bruno? Why do you think that's good compared to...
C'è il sangue qui, allora è fresco.
Freschissimo. So the blood is a proof that it's very fresh.
Guarda, è bello lucente, vedi? Vedi che è trasparente, lucente,
Oh
luminoso.
my God, yes.
Transparent, yeah.
What a trick, though, Angela, to buy your
Hold
fish.
it for the lights, yeah.
Very good trick.
Perché ti vedi, servire Bruno non sei così facile, sei molto selettivo su...
Do you see what he's saying about you? You're very particular.
Bruno and Luca are open for business in just 3 hours. And back at the restaurant, the raw ingredients are still being delivered.
No. Porta via questo.
Every day, Bruno adds new dishes to his daily menu. So there is still more to do.
Tutti in ritardo sei oggi. Tutti in ritardo sei. Metti qua, Thomas, va bene.
After handpicking the best ingredients, he has to decide on how he will cook them. And that means experimenting with new ideas.
Laura, the menu? Where's the menu, Luca? He hasn't told you anything.
Not yet, huh?
I've never worked in a restaurant where everything is so left to the last minute. And now I really want to see what Bruno's up to in that tiny kitchen.
Attento della qualità oggi?
Sì, dai. Un bel colore, un bel fresco.
This is where he stores everything. He just has to get it every single day, otherwise it doesn't work. And it's always fresh.
L'importante è che tu non superi questa porta.
Oh, mi scusa. Io parlo con Matteo.
È il mio mondo, dai.
Ok.
Via, parli con lui. Via. Dai.
So is anyone allowed in the kitchen?
No, nobody.
Bruno's got his world, he's the kitchen, you don't interfere. Your world is the restaurant, you do your thing. And the relationship works in sync, you know, you probably don't even have to talk. You probably know when...
We don't have time to talk.
What is the secret of a partnership like yours and Bruno?
To find a chef who is your partner. The chefs are the most crazy people on this planet.
What do you mean crazy?
Crazy means obviously creative,
Right.
Like crazy. I mean, and being creative, they're also very sensitive and not easy to deal with.
But it is kind of respect also, because you have a skill which Bruno doesn't have, and vice versa. You're complementing each other in such a wonderful way.
In a normal dinner service, Bruno will cook up to 90 plates of food in his tiny space. Front-of-house staff like me might be banned from his kitchen, but he's happy to let Angela, a fellow chef, help him try out a couple of the dishes using today's catch.
Massimo, alto, alto, ok.
Alto, alto.
They are starting with a seafood sauce for the turbot. If it's successful, it will go on the menu.
Prendi l'aceto dietro di te, quella grande, esatto.
Yeah, some white wine vinegar.
One moment.
Bruno has natural instincts with cooking, and adding vinegar helps bring out subtle flavors, especially with fish.
Basta.
Ancora, ancora.
That's a lot, huh?
Ok, prezzemolo, che è lì. Ok, pronto?
È pronto.
Cosa succede? What's going on here?
We're eating.
Una persona solo qui dentro.
Oh,
Non
my
ci
God,
stiamo-
look.
Ok.
Very nice acidity there. Yeah, very strong.
He uses a white wine vinegar. Quite sharp.
Yeah.
And it works with the fish, I think. So what is brilliant, Fred, is when he's experimenting and trying all the time.
So he doesn't know what he's going to cook until he cooks it.
You know, he has his recipes, obviously, but, you know, every day he's going to decide whether he cooks it like this, the turbot, whether he cooks
Oh my
it
God,
like
it's
really,
comme
you
un
know.
pintore, you know? You just get your canvas and you start painting. You don't know
Exactly.
what you're gonna get until you finish.
Once Bruno's finished trying things out in the kitchen, he's ready to go through the menu with Luca. And it's less than an hour before they open.
Ah, sardines.
A little experiment.
Is it a main course or is it an appetizer? Starter. Okay.
Yeah.
And you serve it with some polenta?
Così.
No, no, così, così, così. Non so se vuoi aggiungere qualcosa, ma per me va bene così.
Is it good?
It's very good. We've tried
Did you
some.
taste that?
Of course we do. You don't bring stuff when you haven't tried it.
How they called? Sardine alla greca?
Sì, abbiamo fatto i moscardini con le puntarelle.
Spada carpaccio, carpaccio di
The
saltfish.
fish spada, yes, just like marinated.
I mean, it's half an hour before opening time.
Yeah.
Are you all right? You don't
I'm very fast typing,
You're not too stressed.
but I need
Don't
to
feel
be
stressed.
fast. I need to. It's always stress. I mean, if you're not stressed, how can you do this work?
This last-minute ritual happens every day. Their spontaneous way of working is a far cry from most Italian restaurants that only change their menu every season. But this is only one aspect that makes their business a success. So we'll be back to uncover more.
You ready, Freddie?
Yeah, yeah.
That was it? You enjoyed it?
Oh, brilliant.
Today, Angela wants me to experience something completely different to the small back streets around Alle Testiere. So we are heading to the main square. The most touristy area of Venice and one of the first stops when you enter the city.
Piazza San Marco. It's the heart of Venice where everything starts from here.
Look at this. So beautiful.
Il Duomo, the big cathedral of Venice.
Huge. I mean, the detail. It's incredible, it's staggering. I am speechless.
And that takes a lot. That took Venice to make you speechless.
I mean, this city is incredible. You know what? It's so slippery here. It's so old. It's a perfect place to dance. Woohoo! You see that?
Venice has a local population of around 55,000, but add in tourists and it can swell up to 250,000 on busy days.
You know what I like? It's just as busy as Peckham.
Really?
And people come from all over the world to be here.
Look at the queues. I mean, that queue is going back to...
And it's early morning.
Everyone will pass through here, but I'm going to take you to one of the iconic cafes of Venice. It really is quintessential Venice, you know. It's like I'm bringing you to the Ritz for afternoon tea.
Ooh, very posh.
Very nice, very
I like
posh,
that.
you know.
Well, I put my good shirt on.
You did, you've dressed up. I'm very glad to see. Caffe Florian.
Oh, my God. I mean, this is proper grand.
Proper old school service. This is why I thought you'd love it.
Hello, how are you? Hi, how are you?
Cavolo per due, per
Please,
piacere.
do you like to stay on the terrace or inside room, maybe?
I think we sit here, Fred, because then you see inside and then look at the view.
As long as you're happy, Angela, that's all that matters.
Go. Perfect.
Caffe Florian is one of the oldest cafes in Europe. It's been a popular destination for coffee and cake for nearly 300 years. It's the kind of place people like me might assume is an expensive tourist trap. So I'm intrigued by why it's on Angela's list and how they run such an institution. Inside, there is a series of ornate salons, and outside, a terrace with incredible views of Saint-Marc Square, where you're serenaded by an in-house orchestra.
So, this is our program for the music.
Ah, so what they're playing throughout the day?
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
When the music's playing, there is a cover chart for the music, of course.
Oh, it's fun. I mean, look, c'era una volta. Once upon a time.
Of course, yes.
The music is lovely, but you pay for the privilege, €6 a head. And there are 57 pages of food and drinks on offer.
I mean, look at the size of this menu.
It's big, isn't it? They must have an enormous kitchen or pastry area to do everything they're doing.
For sure.
It's quite incredible. I mean, look at this, Fred. You're straight into the food, but look where we are. I mean, this is why we're here at Caffe Florian, to see this as much as anything.
If they had the view of Piazza San Marco on the menu, that's what I would order, and that's it.
I mean, we definitely need coffee, for sure.
Yeah.
Although, at €10 a pop, it's not the cheapest coffee in the world, is it?
I'm going to make it last.
Definitely. Order, sir?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Please, help me.
Cappuccino, you want one as well?
Same for you, two cappuccino, right?
And then I'll have a bit of ice cream, hazelnut and vanilla, please.
Hazelnut vanilla ice cream for you.
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu. Do you know, is the summer edition of the tiramisu? The ice cream cake.
Be cooler for the summer.
Exactly.
How many covers you do every day? Thousands?
Oh, we have about 100 tables for 400 places.
How many times do you turn the tables?
Oh, 10, 15 every service.
How many cup of coffees they must sell? How many cappuccinos?
They've got 100 tables. They turn them 10, 15 times each a day.
Oh, my God. That's incredible what you do.
Our goal is the fast service.
Fast service.
Perfect and fast service.
OK.
So,
all right,
we prepare for you.
Brilliant.
OK, thank you very much.
Thank you, grazie, merci.
I wanted to bring you here because, I mean, the service, that's quite incredible. I mean, they're huge, those trays they're carrying out. You think you can carry one?
I'll have to try.
Front of house service this professional is hard to achieve. So I really want to find out more about the Florian waiters.
I'm telling you, it takes some skills to do what they're doing. I wonder how long it takes to train one of them.
It must be their whole career.
Yes.
And I think that's the difference in somewhere like this than sometimes in the UK, and we don't see it as a career.
This is a profession.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something that you improvise and you just turn up and say, I'm going to work at Caffe Florian. No, it's a badge of honor to work in a place like this.
Grazie mille, e pure a me adesso. Grazie. E voilà.
Wow.
Your order, sir. So, please, enjoy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what I love? Is the precision.
Yeah.
Did you see that choreography, you know, between the two of them, right? And then he passed the tray, and then the way he just twisted it. I mean, this
But why
is
do you
skill.
think they twisted it? What was the purpose of that?
Look, I ordered a tiramisu, it's in front of me, this is why.
That's it, it's
My
perfect.
cappuccino, yours, you know, the ice cream there, which is in the middle.
Yeah.
Good choice, you know,
Yeah,
that we can both tuck in there. But you know, this tray, this is how they serve. Every table, you know, they don't bring, you know, a coffee, for example, or a cup or the ice cream.
always on a tray.
It's always on a tray. This is the USP of Caffe Florian.
The silver trays are part of the experience and frame the food perfectly. There is a semi-freddo spin on the Venetian classic, tiramisu. Hazelnut and vanilla ice cream. And a customer favorite, chocolate, hazelnut and pistachio parfait, accompanied by the all-important coffee.
So let's try this €10 cappuccino.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, I have to say, I like my foam.
It's a good cappuccino.
Yes.
Right, come on, let's go before everything
All right,
melts.
let me get
We're
tucked in
try
this.
it. Yeah.
Tiramisu.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at, oh my God.
Mmm. He said semi-freddo, didn't he? So like a frozen, semi-frozen. Mmm.
I like it.
It's proper quality, isn't it? They're not, you know, using cheap nuts or cheap milk or anything like that. They're buying the best of the best for all of this sort of stuff. Yeah.
This is very, very naughty.
But that's what we're saying. It's that indulgence. It's that treat yourself. You know what? You've come to Venice. Even if you're on a budget, you can come and do one little splurge and just have a fantastic coffee and ice cream.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Can I get the controller bill, please?
Please. I think your check is ready, sir.
Oh,
Nice
I didn't
touch.
see it. Yeah, already ready.
The total is 58 euros. Thank you very much.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your stay in Venice.
You know, I mean, it's 58 euros. It's not cheap, but with service like these guys, with the view you've got, and actually, you know what? Everything's been good. You know, that's not bad, actually, when you're sitting here in this surrounding.
These guys have been doing this since 1720. There is a consistency here that attracts thousands a day, despite the hefty price tag. So, how do they cater for so many but ensure their customers feel they've had value for money? The cafe has 66 staff, with an army of 29 impeccably turned out waiters, including our server, Roberto. The service makes this place special, and that's all down to training. But the only way to understand it is to experience it for myself.
Fantastic. Wow. Love it. That brings back memories. But tell me, you got me a white bow tie.
You know the difference between white and black?
Well, obviously, you got the black one, so
Yes.
he must be the boss, right?
You have to start with this.
Okay.
The waiters always work in pairs. Junior waiters start with white ties, and it can take 10 to 15 years to earn a black one.
But Roberto, tell me, how long have you been working here for?
Well, 32 years, 33 seasons, yes, of course.
33 seasons. This is incredible.
Yes, exactly. It's
That's
my
not-
second home, about.
When you're charging 14 euros for a cake, they've got to be good. So Angela wants to know how they can produce perfection every time.
It's brilliant to see behind the scenes what's going on, you know. It looks so perfect and so... It is like an opera when you sit there and you have your drinks and your ice cream, etc. But these guys are really working their socks off. Hi, ciao, Roberto. Hi, Fred.
You see?
You're looking good.
You know, we're here to learn a trade secret.
Yeah.
Do you know how they stay cool all day? Let me show you something. You see?
Too much.
This is sexy, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but, you know, it makes sense to keep them cool. What's
course.
going on?
Here start all the service of the Caffe Florian.
Yeah.
We prepare all the stuff, the drink, the ice cream, the sandwiches.
Well, where's the kitchen?
The kitchen is far from here.
What do you mean the kitchen's far from here?
Yes,
But
it's
how
not here.
far? How far do I have to travel?
About 10 minutes walking.
that's
The
okay.
logistics is very important for us, very difficult.
That's, you know, that's quite far if you start running out of stuff and
like-
you've got to bring... So you bring it all across the square and stuff
all
like that?
through the day.
Where you do the trays,
This is the hub here.
Exactly. But I show you how we prepare
Sure.
the tray. Please follow me.
See you later, Angela.
OK, ciao.
While Angela checks out the kitchen, I'm staying with Roberto to discover the secrets behind their front-of-house service. Caffe Florian have turned waiting into an art form, and there is a lot to learn as I join the ranks as a white tie.
Your brine is here now.
Okay.
Okay?
It's not normally there, believe me.
And the biggest challenge is how to handle the all-important silver trays.
And then we're to these young ladies here, your ladies.
I might have 30 years front-of-house experience, but when it comes to the trays, I'm a total novice.
Enjoy, have fun. I'm very good with the ladies.
The cafe has 6 different sizes of tray, depending on what is being served and how many are eating. And they have to be laid out according to strict rules that have been in place for hundreds of years.
Our goal is to make the service exactly in the right place. You have to remember where the people have seats.
I tell you something, my heart is pumping, and if you think I'm joking, look at the cardiologist waiting over there. Oh my God.
It's very easy, yeah?
No, but I'm scared.
It's very easy, yeah? Remember, use 2 hands.
Oh my God, yes.
Don't be scared by the tray.
Okay?
And everybody is watching me, waiting for the Frenchman to drop the tray.
Okay. Slow, eh?
Yeah.
Slow. Okay?
Between them, the waiters can serve up to 1,000 trays of food and drinks a day.
Attention at the door.
Fully loaded, they can weigh 15 kilos.
You can imagine that your customer is here. Slow. Exactly. By yourself. Okay.
Very, 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 very heavy.
This is the hardest and the heaviest.
I tell you what, I'm feeling better now because all I was thinking about is don't drop that tray, don't drop that tray. It's very heavy, you know, the balance is very tricky, and when you turn it, it's not easy. It's not as easy as it looks.
This historic building has strict conservation laws that stop them from adding a working kitchen on site. The cafe is open 9 a.m. to midnight, 7 days a week. So they have to make everything in a separate building, half a kilometer away. Supervised by head chef Cristiano Strozzi, a staff of just 5 people produce everything, including cakes and ice creams.
How many litres, you know, of ice cream do you do? Quantify.
Every day I prepare 40 kilo ice cream.
Oh my God, it's a hell of a lot of work. To put it in perspective, my little restaurant back in London, we do about, 500 grams, maybe, if that, or a couple of litres, shall we say. That's quite incredible. So you're making the fruit tarts, okay. And quanto tempo hai lavorato qua?
Da 2 anni.
2 anni? E forse 10, 20 anni dopo?
Sì, magari sì.
Come mai vuoi lavorare qua per 10, 20 anni?
Ma io ho passione.
Passione?
Passione.
Per loro proprio bene persone?
Sì.
Sì,
qui è
cristiane?
famiglia per me qui.
Okay.
Sì.
So it's amazing that there's loyalty here. It's so refreshing. In London you say to someone you're going to work till Christmas and you'll go, oh, yeah, maybe, I don't know. So it's a real gift, probably, to be able to work here.
The fruit tart has been part of the summer menu for a decade. They have customers who come back year after year for the same cake, so you mess with it at your own peril. Their customers tuck into 3,000 semi-freddo tiramisus alone each summer.
Va bene?
Sì, perfetto. Tutti devono essere della stessa forma e della stessa guarnizione.
How many years have you worked here?
20 years.
20 years, always doing pastry?
Yes.
That is the consistency of Florian Cafe.
It is ranked with some of the best cafes in the world, but unlike them, they also have to contend with the headache of Venetian logistics.
Then that stacks, okay.
You can't imagine the Ritz having to cart their cakes halfway across London, but this is exactly what they have to do here.
And then you do it on a trolley, or how do you do it? On mano. Yes. Okay, go. Very good, very good. So you want me to take this?
Yes. Pay attention.
Okay, come on, hurry up. This is heavy. I mean, this. Oh my gosh. I don't know where I'm going. Vai avanti, please. Let's go. Oh my gosh. We have to go up those steps. Yours seems a lot lighter than mine. I feel like my shoulder's going to absolutely dislocate here.
The problem in Venice is the bridge.
And what about with all the tourists? No? Attenzione, signore, scusa.
Attention, please.
Attenzione. Christian, help, you can hear me?
Chef Cristiano and his dedicated team make this trip up to 12 times a day to ensure their customers get the freshest cakes possible. I can see why they charge the prices they do.
Help, Fred.
Help, aiuta.
Finally here. I've had lots of training with this.
Hold on. You know how heavy that is?
Okay.
Oh my gosh, thank the Lord.
How are you, Angela? You had a good afternoon?
I had a great afternoon doing pastry. That was the least favourite part, carrying that heavy box.
Ah, don't worry. I've had lots of training on carrying.
You need to do that shimmy.
Yeah.
Come on, Fred, this way, last little bit.
Sure.
Just here. Thank you.
Oh,
Gosh.
my God. What did you make?
Look at those
wow.
little beauties. But you've got to take your hat off to these guys here. 6 days a week these chefs work. Isn't it incredible? This is what is amazing about this place. If you said to someone, let's go to Caffe Florian, they go, oh my God, it's expensive, they're ridiculous. But you sort of understand in a way. You come for that beautiful coffee, that amazing dessert. You see Piazza San Marco. And then when you see the effort, they've got all such detail.
Well, they've had 300 years of practice, Angela.
But well done, Fred. I think we mastered it. I think we probably need a few more days practice,
yeah.
but we're getting there. We're getting there.
The longer I'm in Venice, the more I realize just how complicated it is to run any business here. It's hard enough moving goods around the city, but that's nothing compared to getting the actual raw ingredients into Venice itself. to understand the practicalities of having a restaurant here, especially one as dedicated to quality as Alle Testiere, I've hitched a ride on a typical Venetian delivery barge with Thomas, who supplies Bruno and Luca with fresh fruit and vegetables.
Dimmi qualcosa, Testiere prende solo i prodotti migliori, no?
Solo I prodotti migliori, sì.
Thomas is just telling me that 90% of restaurants are for tourists. What he means by that is the quality is not great. And this is why Testiere is so special.
All of the food eaten in Venice has to be brought in and carried by boat through over 150 waterways to the city's restaurants.
Invece noi dobbiamo prendere la merce, caricarla in barca, arrivare qui al posto mio dove che la scarichiamo, metterla nei carretti fino al posto dove abbiamo il banchetto.
E lo porta a
si
piedi?
Con il carretto, esatto,
Sì,
a piedi.
sì.
Dunque, se hai 100 cassette diventano 500, perché le prendi in mano 5 volte.
Sì.
Dunque, il lavoro è immenso.
This is why things cost so much in Venice and life is so expensive. Everything has to be brought by boat and by foot.
Tension.
All right.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the ride.
Pronto, Fred?
And now, it's time to earn my keep.
Whoa! Attention!
The historic city centre is less than 12 square kilometers and nothing is grown here. So this is part of everyday life.
I tell you what, you've got to be fit in Venezia because you've got to get on this boat, you've got to get off the boat. It's slippery as hell. And then you've got to get all this fruit and veg on this cart.
Quando tiri sul carrettino, non alzarlo troppo, altrimenti ti se alzi.
I think it's not a question of strength here, it's just technique. All right, let's see if I've got it. All right, so just lift it. Here we are.
Non sbagliare, Fred, che perdiamo tutto qui, eh?
No. Aspetta, c'è la gente qua.
Vai, piano, piano.
Right, it's not easy. And on top of that, you've got to dodge the tourists. Aspetta. Va bene, Thomas?
Perfetto.
Ok.
Va da solo, no?
Sì.
Un po' di forza, però ce la facciamo. Yeah.
Let me take this.
This?
All right.
It's a 4-hour round trip for Thomas to get the produce from the market on the mainland back to his stall in the square just around the corner from Alle Testiere. Now I know how hard it is just to get fresh vegetables into Venice. I can see why so many of the restaurants take shortcuts. A lot of their customers are tourists just passing through, so building a good reputation doesn't really matter. Feed them cheap and charge a hefty price is one way to make money. What really makes Alle Testiere extraordinary is their total refusal to compromise. But how do Luca and Bruno ever manage to make their tiny restaurant pay?
Luca, you're working very, very hard. I mean, you're there in this restaurant 5 days a week, from about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning until 12, 1 o'clock at night. I mean, it's bloody hard work.
I think I would never do this job in a different way. This is the only way I know how to do it. The fiscal pressure is enormous.
Really?
It's around 70%.
So that's taxes?
70%?
It means you work mostly of the year.
You're working for the state.
For the state, and then you got like 3 or 4 months for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, business tax in the UK, which I think is about 20%, which is a lot less than this less. I mean, how do you run it with just 11 tables like that?
We must be so strict on reservations.
Yeah.
We need to fill this place at lunch and dinner every single table. We lose 1 table, it's 10%, 2 tables, 20%, 3 tables, 30%. Means you work for free that day.
That's insane.
My God.
But you know what's brilliant about you, Luca and Bruno, is that you see it. You see it in Venice, and I don't mean this disrespectfully to the Venetians or other restaurateurs. They're taking shortcuts, you know, the menu turistico. It's cheaper, they're buying poor products. You know, there's not that one guy every day taking the reservations like you are. But you and Bruno are saying, well,
it's not
we're still
our
gonna,
style,
yeah,
not at
you're
all.
going to stick to it, which makes it even more extraordinary. You know, people might say, oh my God, it's a lot of work, but actually you see the benefit because how many regulars come back and back and back?
The regulars are at the moment more than 50%.
Yeah.
50%. It's about word of mouth.
Yeah,
you
of
do
course.
quality, you work to deliver excellence. People like it, they come back, they tell all their friends and family. And this is about creating loyalty. That's what it's about. It's
Loyalty,
a
I like
business.
that. I like this word very much.
It's rare, but you can only get it if you deliver. You know, if you perform, if you deliver, you get loyalty. If you don't, people go somewhere else. That's it.
And boy, do they deliver. Ever since our first meal, I've been waiting to find out the secret to the gorgeous ravioli we ate. And now, Bruno is finally letting me into his kitchen. And even better, he's offered to teach me how to cook it.
So I put 5.
Now there are 2.
About 6.
It's okay.
The first surprise is that he puts the seafood, garlic, carrot and onion into a cold pan before putting it on the heat.
And why cold?
Io non faccio soffriggere troppo le verdure, l'aglio, perché sennò verrebbe su.
Okay, just a very subtle flavour, which is what we said about the dish. We said it was real subtlety there, didn't we?
The pan simply goes onto the heat for 2 minutes.
Really what he said is that you don't touch the pan.
No.
You just let it simmer, let it get up in temperature.
Okay, the wine.
Okay.
Wine.
A little bit of wine.
And by putting the wine as well,
we're
going to slow down the cooking.
The brodo.
Bit of the broth, lovely.
Right.
Bruno makes everything to order. The maximum his recipes can take is 5 minutes cooking time in the pan from start to finish.
Cos'è? Cos'è questo?
Finocchio.
This is beautiful.
It's okay?
After 4 minutes in boiling water, the ravioli get finished off in the pan.
You know, that's a good 30 seconds. He's cooking that pasta in that sauce.
Tomorrow vieni tu a cucinare.
Okay, no problem. You can go on holiday. Oh, the smell. That smell, Angela, is amazing. Beautiful. You know, and this is why they can operate in this tiny kitchen, because it's so simple. You got to be so fast. And then it's so beautiful on the plate. Look at that. You got a fork, please.
Luca, vieni qua. Sì, provare.
Bruno makes it seem so easy, but the beauty of his cooking is his instinctive flavor combinations that take his food to a whole different level.
How can a French chef cook so well?
He was taught by an Italian, that's why.
Now I understand.
But you know what's incredible about you guys, you know? There's so much behind the scenes to get this little plate of pasta that people just eat. But also choosing the fish, getting the right vegetables. That is how you get that end result. People don't realise it.
It took only 4 minutes to cook this ravioli, but really the preparation was like 24 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is the skill, this is the art. I mean, guys, you are amazing. Amazing.
Bruno and Luca strive for perfection in a place where many others have taken the easy option. But unlike Alle Testiere's ever-changing menu, sometimes a place can be extraordinary and have a reputation built on just one great dish. Now, Angela wants to introduce me to somewhere no less authentic, but even simpler. We've left the city behind and traveled north across the lagoon to the island of Burano.
I mean, look at this place.
You've never been here before?
No, I have no idea it existed.
It's the fisherman's island, as you can see, because we're right in the lagoon.
Right.
So, and all these lovely little boats of fishermen and lots of little guys, fishermen live in here.
It's thought the houses on this picture-perfect island were painted bright colors to help fishermen find their way home in the fog. But today, we're in the search of one of the great classics of the Italian kitchen.
I am going to take you to the Mr. King of Risotto.
The king of risotto.
The best plate of risotto you're going to eat in your life.
My God, we've got to come all this way to have one plate of rice.
Because, look, well, it's like I've been telling you, Venice and the whole of Italy is all about simplicity. They don't mess around. They're very, very regional. And this guy, he's absolutely, you know, Mr. King of Risotto.
Really?
Better than me, which, you know, it takes a lot to say.
Oh, wow. Let's go. Let's have a look.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. How are you?
Signori.
Hey, Angela.
Nice to meet you.
Sono Fred.
Angela, lovely. So we've come to eat your amazing risotto. Well, I've come to bring him here. I've eaten it a few times,
So in this
it's
case,
delicious.
I guess I have to give you a table.
Per piacere.
Va bene, let's go.
You know he's better than you at his job, you know that. He's the best in the business. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You could learn a few tips, you know that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't fall in, Fred,
Yeah,
please.
so please.
Gatto Nero, Le Chat Noir, or The Black Cat is a family-run restaurant headed by Chef Ruggiero. His son Massimiliano took over the running of front of house after studying in Edinburgh.
Let me welcome you with a little Prosecco.
Thank you very much.
Because in Venice, it's always a way to welcome someone.
But tell me, you don't sound very Venetian.
What made you think of that?
It's the little Scottish accent that's coming through.
Nah, I normally put it on for tourists, so I get better tips.
Yeah.
Chef Ruggiero has been keeping customers happy with his famous seafood risotto since he took over the restaurant back in 1965. His signature dish is based on an old family recipe using the seafood straight from the lagoon.
I've brought him here to taste the risotto and then a few other qualcosa, but come pensa te?
Something small, something light, and lovely to begin with.
Yeah.
Perfetto. Grazie.
There you go. Grazie. This is our third little restaurant, so you're going to love it. And what's special about this is, to me, it's about what represents Italy. It's all family. You get all the families here on a Sunday lunch. You get all the, you know, the mum and dad in the kitchen. He's in the restaurant, and he knows everyone.
And I've noticed that unlike so many places in Venice, the restaurant is packed with locals.
Tutto bene? Oh, guarda questo bambino! Il bambino, ti fa un bacio. Quanto tempo voi venite qua, in questo ristorante?
Da sempre.
Da sempre? Perché?
Perché si mangia bene. Si mangia bene. L'ospitalità è
Bellissimo.
ottima.
Sì?
E ci si sente un po' a casa, ma si mangia molto molto bene.
Signora, please.
Bravo. Oh là.
Although we've come for the risotto, in keeping with the regional traditions, we are starting with a simple seafood dish. Spider crabs served with salad and fritto misto. Soft-shell crab and sardines fried in a light batter of flour.
Fred's disappeared, and quite frankly, no man is worth waiting for when you've got this food in front of you. So, buon appetito, Angela.
Tanta auguri a Genoa, tanta auguri a te. E questo risotto? Allora, nonna, questo risotto è meglio che il tuo o no?
Questo è meglio.
Oh my God, it's better than the nonna's. Oh! Grazie, Bella. Ciao. How are you eating without me?
You've been away for about 15 minutes.
No, I was just talking to the...
You were what? What
I was
were
just
you?
talking to the guests
Food
there.
is on the table. So let me guess, in there, all Italians, all loads of families and stuff?
One family doing a baptism, you know, and celebrating. Another family celebrating the 80th birthday of La Nonna.
Oh, lovely. It's being together as a family, and they're coming to a proper family restaurant where everyone's looked after, everyone's treated brilliantly.
This is exactly what the lady said. She said, it makes me feel like I'm at home.
So far, so good?
Amazing.
Happy, yeah? Anyone else you want to go and talk to? I'll finish this, don't worry. Feel free if you want to... Yeah.
I might. I mean, I like to talk to people.
We know.
That's what it's about.
It's true.
But now, the dish we've come here for, the risotto. Rice has been a staple of Venetian cuisine ever since they started trading with Arabia in the 9th century. So this classic is one of the region's most famous dishes. Venetian risotto doesn't look fancy at all. It's just about the flavor.
Grazie.
Ecco Angela.
Che buon profumo.
Questo è il tuo risotto.
Usually, risotto is served as a first course in Italy, but today it's taking the starring role in our meal.
This risotto has nothing in it. I mean, there's no pieces of fish, no clams, no
But
lobster,
you smell it.
nothing.
But they wouldn't have put fish in it because they would have had a separate meal from the fish and then used all the bones for the stock.
Just the rice. I mean, this is so healthy, isn't it?
So delicious, yeah. Very different from how we do all the risottos in England. So be honest, right? You know, I've bigged up this restaurant as the best risotto in the world and all that. It looks very plain. Were you sort of a bit surprised when it came out?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
But it's just like a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
They don't need makeup, do they? You don't need any makeup.
You're something else. But the risotto, the flavour, please.
This is beautiful. It's nice, it's subtle. It tastes fishy, but not too much. I like the simplicity of it.
Yeah. Which is Italian food, isn't it? You don't need to mess around with it. It is what it is.
That's
it's
it.
Perfect.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But it is so good, it's beautiful, and it is right from here.
Exactly.
Right? Anyway, stop talking and let me eat. Please.
A bowl of risotto here costs 20 euros. Ruggero makes this simple dish so special. It keeps people coming back time and time again. We want to know what goes into making the perfect risotto, from the fishing to the kitchen to the table.
Quali sono le regole di questo risotto?
Le regole sono pesce fresco, riso buono e passione.
A passione, there you go. I love that.
So, it all starts with the fish. And Gattonero get most of theirs from local fishermen, who Massimiliano often joins on fishing trips, so I've asked to tag along. Massimo, who is also a family friend, has been fishing here since he was a boy and works for 10 hours most evenings. He reserves the best of his catch for Gattonero, and it all comes from within 15 kilometers of the restaurant.
I love to deal straight with the fishermen because, first of all, I get first quality. Second thing is my culture. Third thing, there's friendship beyond.
The Venetian lagoon is one of the most ecologically rich bodies of water in Europe, with an average depth of just 2 feet.
Shoes off!
Which is why the fish and seafood is small, delicately flavored and sweet. But to catch it is very physically demanding.
But I just have to put it around me, yeah? That's it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, right.
It's not a case of sitting in a boat with a rod and waiting for the fish to come to you. Here you have to get stuck in.
So basically, Massimo now is going to drag this net with a boat, and you will only have to hold it and let it open. Fred, go on the right-hand side. Bravo. Imagine doing this all night.
Can you imagine doing that in the winter?
February, March, April.
Never ever complain about the price of fish ever again.
Many of the city's restaurants buy cheap fish in bulk, but quality and tradition are everything to Gattonero.
Lots of crabs.
Undgår! It's a goldfish.
The goldfish, that's the one we wanted to get.
That's the one.
Is this good for the risotto?
Yes.
The goldfish only lives in this lagoon, small and bony. It's not great to eat and was originally used for stock by poor fishermen.
Massimo, tell me, what fish have we got here?
So, today we've got, for example, crab.
Right.
We have a couple of prawns in here. There's also going to be a couple of soft-shell crab. And this is one of my favorite parts. Lots of anchovies, which is not bad at all.
This is a labor of love. It's a lot of work for a risotto.
Ruggero insists on the freshest lagoon fish for his risotto. Even though you can't see it, you can really taste it.
Prendi, Angela.
Grazie.
We're joining him in his kitchen.
Here you are, guys. I've got the fish.
And he's agreed to teach me and Angela his secret family recipe. It all starts with the stock. The first step is to heat up olive oil flavored with garlic.
Perfect, straight in. That's
In goes the fish from the lagoon.
it. Okay.
Some onion and celery.
Adesso lasciamo bollire.
Un'ora.
Un'ora.
You know what's interesting, Angela, is how simple it is to make this stock. Now you let it cook. I mean, the most difficult was the fishing.
Oh, please, it's all about you. Così?
Once the broth is ready, it is sieved very carefully to remove all the bones.
So that's the real secret.
You
is
get
you've
all
got
the juice
stock.
of the fish.
E ne estrai tutto il sapore.
Now for the risotto itself.
Okay, oil in.
Onion.
Onion.
Prendi il riso.
Dov'è il riso?
Tu non vuoi lavorare?
No, I want to work, but I don't know where the rice is.
He doesn't know how to work, you're right.
Here you are. This one? Okay, how much do you want, Angela?
2 pugni.
Basta, 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 basta. Come si chiama questo?
Questo è biallone nano.
It is important, the rice that you use.
Yeah, totally. You've got arborio rice, which most people in the UK use, carnaroli rice, you know. This is the violone nano. Grains are slightly smaller.
It grows locally, and the stubby grains are rich in starch, so it's perfect for making a creamy risotto. The stock's added, bit by bit, on a high heat.
We would normally have this simmering. It's ferociously boiling. You know, in a minute, it's going to have already taken it in.
You know, this is very different from what people do in London, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm following exactly what I say. Va bene così, vuol dire? Yeah. Come mai non ha messo il vino?
Allora, il vino lo metto al gusto forte, ma siccome che questo ha un gusto delicato,
sì,
non ci va il vino.
Okay.
Many restaurants pre-cook a batch of risotto and then reheat each portion. But not here.
They cook the risotto to order. You know, they don't make a batch. You order 3 portions, they cook 3 portions.
Yeah.
That's it.
Va bene?
Sì, tra un po' ci siamo.
Sarah, I want to try. Yeah, he's right. You know what?
It's a very different way to make the risotto from the way we make it in my restaurant.
Yeah.
And certainly here, I think that this is a very good recipe when you're cooking at home. Pepper.
Pepper. And then this tiny little bit of butter, you know. And also, I would never add cheese into a fish risotto, but he's adding cheese. This is the traditional.
Pizzico, non molto.
Va bene?
Sì, spegni subito il fuoco.
To sum up, no wine, ferocious heat, butter in, you leave it on the heat, cheese in, you take it off the heat. So basically, he's thrown all my way of cooking rice out the window. Absolutely different.
Yeah, completely opposite.
Yeah. Ruggiero has been making risotto this way for 50 years. And it's such a privilege to learn how he does it.
Come?
Brava.
Bene? Sicura?
10 out of 10, Angela. Well done. Well, I did not expect any less from you, I have to say.
È buono. Queste sono cose di my heart. Perché ho imparato di te molto, io non lo so come si dice, posso piangere, no?
Si chiama emozione.
Emozione, va bene, grazie molto, molto grazie.
We've learned so much, and I've discovered that you don't have to settle for second-rate food and service in this incredible city. As Angela promised at the start, I've had some of the best food of my life. Now it's time for us to leave, but it would be a shame not to go out in style.
Thanks, Fred. I'm glad you're spending the money to get me a gondola.
Yeah.
But once you're putting your hand in your pocket, I like that about
Angela,
you.
for you, anything. Because after a trip like this, I mean, I owe you one. I really owe you one. I mean, these 3 restaurants were just simply amazing. For me, they embody what Italy is about. It's about tradition and quality.
But for me, the real heart of it is they do it in Venice. I mean, it's so hard, this city.
Oh, yeah.
I've just always come and ate, you know, never bothered, paid the bill and gone. But now to understand how they do it in this city.
With everything so stacked up against them, it would be easy to sell out. But these 3 restaurants have faced the challenges and created something out of the ordinary.
What's brilliant is, like you never drop your standards. Like me, we try with our kitchens never to drop our standards, and those guys are doing the best of the best.
You can feel the passion, and you leave with a memory.
Yeah.
And that's going to last us a lifetime.
Next time, I'm in Edinburgh with Tom Kerridge.
This is the cool part of town. You are with the cool guy.
Tom Kerridge, man!
He will show me his favourite places.
This piece of beef is jaw-droppingly stunning.
This is naughty food, isn't it?
To enjoy the very best Scotland has to offer.
This is what great British food should be.
This is the proper experience. I mean, Tom Kerridge, you are amazing.